Hey, Marvel fans, nerds, whatever I say right here all the time. Thanks for joining us. It is Thor's Day, and we are talking about Marvel Studios' What If on Disney Plus, Season 1, Episode 8. So we've got some Marvel Cinematic News, Marvel Cinematic Universe, that's a mouthful, MCU news, teasers, and speculation about what's to come for you. So stick around and don't miss out. This is the FOMO Show, MCU edition. All right, guys, this is Dylan.
I'm Quinn. I was trying to wait till I put a thumbs up on the video. Oh, it's fine. I'll look at myself do it and like, oh, here I'm doing it now. What a weirdo. Hi.
All right. So what's up? Whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever, or if we finally decided to rip the audio and this is listening on podcast. I mean, it's National Podcast Day. This is basically a video podcast. So happy National Podcast Day to my amazing co-star, Quinn.
Podcast.
So don't forget to like and subscribe. It is very little effort for you and helps us tremendously. So please, not necessarily subscribe, but definitely like. And if you want to get more content, yeah, sure, content. And if you want to know when we go live, go ahead and hit that little bell icon.
Dang.
So that you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. That was probably very disturbing for people out there in the interwebs. So also, speaking of interwebs, don't forget to check out the website at www.broken.picturesno.com. All right, special notes. My phone, my wrist is buzzing. All right, supposedly sound is good. Always double checking because I'm the only guy in the chair. And these past few weeks we've had so special notes, just a little housekeeping. Outside of just staying healthy and being careful and being safe out there, you know, for you and your family. These past few weeks we've had some technical difficulties one after the other. And even this Sunday, we thought we recorded an entire episode. And we thought we were live, and there's only a minute showed up. And it didn't even freaking record on the computer, even though it said it did. So we sat here for an hour just hanging out like we always do. And like a couple of idiots. But who cares? It was still fun. We got to talk about our show. Yes. Or one of them. We got a lot of shows. Dude, could you imagine if we were talking like Doom Patrol right now?
Oh, Dylan, let's not say we did. Let's not say we did. The Doom Patrol is always so much.
Yeah. There's a Sandman teaser out, right? Oh, God, help us all. I actually started reading the comic. You'd be proud. Andrew would be proud. Because I still have his 2 copies of the first 2 books. I've had them for like a year or so. Man, well, he's so good about it too. He was just like, just let me know when you need the other ones. It's like, man,
did I give him that Robert Pattinson book back? Oh God, I did.
I still got a movie of his too. He's just you know, a patron of the arts. A true patron of the arts. The nerdy arts. Excuse me if my voice starts to go out. Been a school photographer and I've worked some long days here lately, and it's just, if you've ever seen that in action, it's just constant talking for like 10 hours straight these past few days. So, yes, I talk for a living. Basically, I'm a glorified button pusher. Smile, tilt your head, click.
Next.
Yeah. Just for anybody who knows the whole tilt your head thing, like people look at you like, what do you mean tilt your head? What? It's like this. When you're facing this way and you turn your head, look at my head. See, it's tilted. I have to tilt it back to straighten it. But everybody thinks it's like, what are you doing with my head? Anyways.
Oh.
It's the looks you get, man. I'll tell you what. I've got stories. Boy, howdy, have I got stories. Maybe one day I'll write a tell-all behind the scenes for a school photographer. The lives I've touched. If you understand that reference, you get it. So, all right. As far as housekeeping, that's all I got. Hopefully, it seems like everything is good right now. I had to reboot some stuff and mess with drivers and software and all that fun stuff, and finally got it. That's one of the reasons we're running late tonight. I'm just going to say that every time for the rest of my life. So, there's always a reason.
It's always a reason.
Yeah. Always a reason. So, with that, I'll pass it off to you, sir.
I hope you like my hot breath in your ear, because this is this is it. Your spoiler alert. If you haven't, make it do it.
Oh, you're killing me, man. You're killing me.
If you haven't watched the newest episode of Marvel What If, pause this, go watch that, and then come back. You have been warned.
I forgot to do that. All right, so yes. All right, so just to hit on some quick MCU news. If you don't know, MCU means Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm still surprised at how many people don't know what that means. We're at least a decade, we're over a decade in, and people don't know what MCU means, and it's like the biggest franchise in history.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you like? I'm just gonna start calling this my multiverse shirt because of all the fractures in the Marvel there.
Oh yeah, I like it.
All right. It was on sale for $5 at JCPenney. But
I
yeah.
haven't been inside JCPenney. I need to go to JCPenney.
Dude, they've got a nice shirt selection. I'm all about some good t-shirts, man, especially if they're on sale. Like I will hurt myself. I will hurt myself. It's bad. I'll walk out of there with 5 new t-shirts like, yeah, I only spent $50. It's like, it's still $50.
Yes.
And then I have to find reasons to wear them.
I mean, you got a whole YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And or I gotta go get a shirt for the wedding. That's a whole nother thing. Yes. So MCU news.
Yes, MCU news. As of today, the drawn-out drama between Disney and Scarlett Johansson has finally settled outside of court. Yes, and I am sure that she got a big old paycheck because, man, did they stick their foot in their mouths. Bob Chapek, good God, son. You're hurting yourself, bro. Like, there were rumors that Kevin Feige, like, behind the scenes, like, swords were rattling. Like, what are you doing to us, man? Just saying stupid stuff, like trying to make make it out like she was being insensitive during the pandemic because she wanted to get paid what they agreed upon. It's like, I mean, like, yeah, it was just low blows for no reason. It just, yeah, it was ridiculous. But for an undisclosed amount, of course, you know, which is, wow.
We'll be able to find out next year, I'm sure.
At some point, yeah. When it comes out, everybody's going to be like, damn! As much, like sometimes ScarJo, you know, she's in the wrong, obviously, you know, with Ghost in the Machine and all that kind of, Ghost in the Shell and all that, totally different thing. Ghost, you know, all that kind of, she's got her ups and downs, but she's absolutely right in this scenario every week, unless it just gets stupider. October 1 is tomorrow. We just, you know, oh, we just finished recording. Let's go watch Venom.
Let's go see what this is about.
Or we just watched Venom in a hot minute.
Back in the gap.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 was the first one that we did together. I remember that.
Yeah.
Man. And there still hasn't been a Deadpool 3. That's how long. Wow.
That's how long it's been.
Wow. So, yeah, it's supposed to be bonkers. They're going heavy on the no spoilers campaign. Excuse me. And I agree. Don't be a troll. Don't spoil it for folks. Just because you can. It is bonkers. It is like ultra violent, and Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson tried to out crazy each other. So
why?
I'm kind of here for it.
All right, that's not what I want to hear going into this, but okay. I'm terrified now.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
But it's only 90 minutes, which is kind of like, I guess they just...
What?
They get in...
What is this, 2004?
Yeah, it's like, it's a very short runtime for nowadays, which is... I remember when movies started hitting a 2-hour mark, it was like, who's going to sit through a 2-hour movie? And now it's like, Endgame was like 4 hours or something, and everybody loved it. It was the biggest movie in the world. Avatar... Also, the biggest movie in the world. Long movie.
Well, take that time to tell that story.
Yep.
Or, you know, spend a whole hour for nothing but fighting. One of the two.
Yeah. All right. So, also, something we forgot to hit last week, or I forgot to hit last week. There's a new Marvel show, not necessarily MCU. Even, you know, we talked about Venom. Venom isn't technically MCU. I'm going to say yet. After tomorrow, there might be a different story, how it is connected through the multiverse and all that jazz. But yeah, so there's a new show on Hulu. We know MODOK is on there, which is kind of like this cartoon chicken-esque kind of, or cartoon chicken? Robot chicken-esque type thing. Like adults, their own kind of Adult Swim type show. Hit Monkey is also dropping on there, which is the randomest thing. But the cast looks amazing, though. It's George Takei, Jason Sudeikis, I think Olivia Munn as well. So some really like, for me, those are like really people that I like a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of, if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, go watch that freaking show. It is amazing. Apple Plus. So, or Apple TV, whatever they call it.
Apple. What the heck is this on my TV?
Boy.
Yeah, Apple TV. I'm looking forward to it.
It's good, man. They're in season 2 right now. Okay. So that's all I got, man. That's all I got for the news.
Cool. Hold on. I have to mute myself because I'm about to do something gross.
Hopefully he doesn't have to cover the video too.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, it's just like I had to hawk a loogie or something.
A little bit. Season 1, Episode 8. What if Ultron won? Natasha Romanoff and Clint Barton seek to destroy Killer Robot Ultron. That's weird. Why are they worded like that? Killer Robot Ultron following a cataclysmic event.
Yes.
Yep.
So, man, it's all been leading up to this. This episode was kick-ass, I thought. Like, I'm gonna rate it. I'm gonna rate it 10 2 Mind Stones. 10 double Mind Stones. If you saw the poster image that they posted, it looked like the orange one is the Soul Stone.
Orange one's supposed to be a Soul Stone, but the color was not orange.
It looked like it was yellow, the same color as the Mind Stone, and on the imagery they put out, the promo image.
He had one in his head, and I was like, I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah, it's like, do you not have orange in this palette?
So, yeah, they we're here. This is it.
What's your rating? How do you feel about it, man?
I feel it's a this is it out of 10 because I can't put a number to it. It's just too good, and then how the episode ended, it was like, oh, this is too good. They can't keep doing this to me. Why does this have to be the season finale? Why is next week gonna be the last week we get to hear Chadwick Boseman? And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Do this.
Why did you do that to me?
Because it happened to me, so you must be sad now too.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. It's tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week.
I'm sorry. This is probably in bad taste, but man, Ross Marquand's going to pick up another character voice.
Wow. Wow.
Because he played Ultron too in this episode.
He did.
And Red Skull.
Yeah.
Visually, and I think he even played another character maybe. No, he was Red Skull this season. Yeah.
I could have been Vistron. Since they couldn't get James Spader. Spader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, they pulled everybody else back. I mean,
it might have been because I know they're still doing the final season
Robot
of the
California.
Blacklist. What?
Robot California.
What's that?
He was on The Office.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't watched all The Office. Don't crucify me. But yes.
Yeah, me neither.
Sorry. I know they're doing the final. He's doing the final season of the Blacklist, so maybe that took precedent. Oh, who knows?
Yeah.
But they got everybody else come back. So all right, the way this episode started was.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Speaking of people who came back, let me pull up my little list here. So we got Jeffrey Wright, Jeffrey Wright, of course, Jeremy Renner, Benedict Cumberbatch, Lake Bell as Natasha Romanoff, Toby Jones as Arnold Zola came back, Ross Marquand as Ultron, Sub-Ultron Sentries, Josh Keaton as Steve Rogers, Mick Winghart as Tony Stark, he's been doing an excellent job, and Alexandra Daniels as Carol Danvers. So, man, I tell you what, these voice actors, in show, it's hard to tell that that's not the original actors. They're nailing it. I had to look twice because I actually thought that Brie Larson I don't know why Brie Larson wouldn't be voicing her character. Yeah. I mean, she's coming back for the sequel.
Oh, I think... sometimes, in all honesty, I think once folks get to like a certain, can you bring me the nasal spray? That's all I was asking for. It's not anywhere near me. Please.
He's talking to his wife, by the way. Once people get to a certain point, they're kind of too good for stuff like that.
Yes.
Even though, I mean, like, even Jeff Goldblum came back to say scoot, scoot.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Yes, he did.
You're doing like a neti pot off screen there.
Okay. Ow. Oh. Okay.
Only here, folks. Only here. You saw it here first. Headlines tomorrow. Podcaster Quinn Ansley is doing coke on screen.
He's doing a new designer drug called Arm & Hammer Simply Saline. Now,
and speaking of, this is our sponsor. No, not really. Don't you love the little segues that they do on shows like that? They're just like,
yes.
Speaking of, ha ha ha.
Speaking of this crazy,
maybe one day that'll be us. I dream of the day when I have to come up with a clever segue to make money. But dude, some of those things like have like 5 sponsors. It's like, just show me the freaking show.
I came here to watch your show that is only 10 minutes. I didn't realize 5 of it was ads.
I'm saying, it's like you did an off the cuff 3-minute video and there are 2 sponsors in the middle of it. Come on.
But yeah. Sometimes folks they get to a certain point and they feel like they're too good for it. Michael B. Jordan not being one of them, but
yeah,
Brie
or
Larson,
Jeff Goldberg. I can't talk tonight. Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. So at least we knew Chris Evans wasn't coming back. Scarlett Johansson was just flipping a middle finger off and walking away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get her situation, especially right now.
Yeah. With time, all wounds can heal.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think some of the, like ScarJo and Chris Evans, I think are kind of old school in that, like, new school is kind of like, well, you come back and you do it because it's work and who cares, and you never burn bridges and all that kind of stuff, And, but old school way of thought is kind of like, where film stars don't do TV and all that, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
And it's like it's a step back or something like that. Whereas,
just like, weird.
None of that matters anymore.
Yeah, because there's some TV series out there that are like flipping masterworks that, you could hold a candle to any movie and just like, this is a better thing.
I'm saying, like, Anthony Hopkins on Westworld season 1.
Dear God.
That scene where he is sitting in the little cafe with the lady that is trying to like challenge him, and where he is letting her know that he knows her history, and she sat at that table and tearing it down at the same time, and just like, man, just that scene with him right there, that is like he's teaching a clinic on how to be an actor. It's insane.
Yes.
Like that man.
He is good.
Yeah.
And
he's not too good for it either. Like he was freaking like batshit crazy Odin.
Yeah, it was.
My boys.
Yeah.
Like, he's so funny on social media too. I love that man. Okay.
But yeah.
It's still Marvel related. I mean, it's MCU related. Get off my back. He's Odin.
He is Odin. But now he's dust. He was dust before everybody was doing it. I thought it was funny.
Cool. Before it was cool. I had to think about it for a second. Look at Quinn with the dad jokes.
Yes. So where are we? The beginning of the episode.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so this is probably like the most badass version of Black Widow and Hawkeye that we have ever seen in the MCU.
or will ever see, probably.
Yeah. I mean, she was pretty badass in well, just about everything, but like as far as like motorcycle skills in actual Age of Ultron.
Yeah. She did fantastic. Well, I say she did. Black Widow was fantastic.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
In Age of Ultron, she was actually pregnant, so half those scenes were like with a blue thing on her belly, so that they could edit it out later.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like,
wow.
ScarJo don't play, man.
And they didn't want to get it. They didn't want to get this woman money. All right, whatever. Wow. Okay. So yeah, Apocalypse versions of any character are always cool.
Yeah.
But
even with the haircut, I mean, Hawkeye's back with his haircut, but he gets a lot of hate for that haircut, but I actually thought it was cool.
It suits him. I don't know. I didn't mind it.
I thought that it suited the whole Ronin thing, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe they just thought it was too presumptuous, like thought it was too cool or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just jealous. Cool. Maybe they're just jealous.
They're probably just jealous.
I wish they could have a haircut like that.
They wish they could just go around killing gangsters, but they can't.
He's got a freaking robot arm in this one. I mean...
Yeah, he had a robot arm. Don't know who built it for him, but he has one.
You make me do the meme.
So, but yes, they were up there just trying to, at the beginning of this episode, after the whole intro of what would happen if Ultron won, Ultron getting Vision's body, I guess, was actually in-game for them. Because he killed Thor, he killed Hulk, somehow. Those two, it's a somehow he did it. Don't know how, he just did it. Yeah. Especially with Odin would have been alive during Age of Ultron, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, he wiped everybody out, dude. Like, I mean, there's some question as to like how. Okay, so my theory from last week was busted in that the reason we were gonna have Gamora and Thanos' armor is because she was trying to avenge Thanos after Ultron killed him and took the stones. But she was with the Guardians on
Valmir?
No, they were still like at the beginning of Guardians 2 when they were helping
with all the gold people. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. They were still helping them, and they got wiped out. She was with them, so yeah. I mean, it's safe to say that she got wiped out, even though we still see Gamora wearing Thanos' armor in the promo stuff. I'm not sure,
where she's coming in from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my theory was busted.
Also, how did Thanos get the Soul Stone if Gamora was there with them?
Yeah. Well, okay. So, Screen Crush, who I love, this like one of my favorite YouTube channels. They're just so well put together and thoughtful, well thought out. They did a video on all the plot holes in this episode, and there were a lot as far as like, timelines and all that kind of stuff. And they were saying that it was just as simple as like him going to get another family and making them get it, because people who also had access to the Soul Stone didn't have to sacrifice anybody. I mean, Bruce Banner, Tony, it was just exchanged between them.
Between folks.
Yeah, so if he would just make somebody else do it, because obviously Gamora was still alive.
Yeah. Could have made somebody else sacrifice something precious to them.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But, I mean, we never saw... we never saw Nebula. Yeah. But...
Okay.
It wasn't that important to him. Or maybe she was.
Or maybe. Who knows? Well, but, either way, she's dead.
Yeah.
So...
He seems like somebody that could convince himself that they were important in the moment. One of those narcissists. It's like it treats you like you're not important, and then in the moment, you're the most important thing to me.
And then shoot you in the chest. Yes.
Exactly.
But yeah, so after he defeated the Avengers, took over the world, leaving Clint and Natasha as the only two, Thanos appears. He was just like, interesting.
Yeah. Another thing about Hawkeye is that he is actually right-handed in this, and Jeremy Renner's left-handed.
Oh.
So another
interesting
slight difference there.
Wait, how do you tell?
Well, I mean, how do you hold the bow?
So, like, you hold the bow, that's your dominant hand?
No. Well, you loose the arrow with your dominant hand.
Okay.
Yeah, this country boy.
So he was loosing the arrow with his right. So this one he was loosening it with his left.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. In the MCU, he's left-handed.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I mean, let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm 99% sure.
Okay. So yes,
And,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So
go ahead.
They're going to Siberia, and they find apparently that was another plot hole. Is how did Natasha know about Arnold Zola? Because in Civil War and all these other ones, she didn't know that there was a copy. And it would have been super helpful if she would have known that they were making other super soldiers off of Steve's blood, and she didn't know about Bucky or any of that. She didn't know about Winter Soldier. But somehow she knew to go to, I mean, there have been plot holes. Like last week with Thor, there was a ton of plot holes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's multiversy. I guess they can just kind of skate with that, but...
Yeah. It's because they only have, they're only doing, 28 minutes, close to 30 minutes for each one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's only so much story for some of them that you can fill in. And, with the very first one, Captain Carter, they just kind of had the template of the first of Captain America First Avenger, and changed out the things that would be changed if somebody else was in that spot.
It's just getting more and more loose as it goes.
Yeah, because it gets further and further away from the core of the MCU, that prime timeline of the MCU that we know. And the further and further it gets away, the more it's gonna get. Wow. So by the end of it, we're just gonna have hippie Thor, President Captain America, which that was when the Watcher was getting knocked through the multiverse.
Yeah, freaking Mortal Kombat, just layers, whoosh, going through the levels.
This man sat on his...
Another Easter egg right there. In Times Square, there was in that world, and that's also taken from the comics as well, where he was sworn in as president, and from the Ultimate Universe.
Yes.
There was when in the episode where Loki took over and they showed Times Square, there was a billboard for an Olympia Broadway show. And in this universe, that same billboard was there. So it could technically be that universe, because at the end of that Loki episode, we saw Nick Fury wipe away Cap's shield, and they found Cap. So possibly him and Captain Marvel were able to take Loki out, and they made him president.
Steve said, "I'm gonna lead this country into a new age." Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a whole new Steve and come back under different circumstances.
Yeah. He leaves in a war, he comes back to a war. He didn't necessarily, he came back, he had time to cope, and then a fight came. It wasn't necessarily a war, but he woke up into occupation.
Yeah, he just went straight into war. He didn't have time to adapt.
Yeah. So
I mean, it might be fascist Steve for all we know.
yeek. That's terrifying.
Hail Hydra.
Which is the strongest form of Captain America? Oddly enough, is the Supreme Super Soldier Supreme Super Soldier Rogers, Captain Hydra, I guess. Yeah. Well, where were we at? Yeah, Siberia. Zola.
So she knew about Zola, and so that was one of the plot holes that Screen Crush covered, and basically they surmised that in the leak that she posted online that had all of Shield's secrets, that information was potentially in there because it was also Shield Hydra at the time, and that is also where Zemo learned about Bucky, and he was able to. It took him a long time to go through and find that information, all that kind of stuff. So Natasha, being who she is, could have gone through it a lot faster.
Yeah. She also found Red Guardian's shield.
Yep, which was a super cool Easter egg.
Yeah, and she using it to great effect. Like she was using it very well.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the way she used it.
Poser.
Every single time, let there be something she has to flip out of, she will pose.
With the hair and the hand in the hair. Black Widow got a lot of hate, but I love that movie. I thought it was so much fun.
It was really
I still
good.
like it, yeah.
So yes, the Watcher up
or not
there.
hate, but warm.
He got a lot of flack for things. The Watcher's up there the whole entire time while they're in Siberia looking through the files.
Yeah.
And he's like, I could just step in. I could stop this. I could just give you a little touch.
Because he's seen how threatening Ultravision is. It's like, I can hear you. He's basically a program that's run out of things to do, and he's got to have a purpose. Otherwise, he's just gonna break.
Who said that? Where? I can see you. Well, this is very strange. Like,
and then Doctor Strange goes, yes. They can all see each other now because once you reach a certain point of power, you just obtain cosmic abilities. Or not abilities, but cosmic awareness, apparently.
Yeah. And he has become ultra cosmic vision. That's the best way to put it.
Speaking of cosmic, we got. Thanks for following. Press Haas 0312.
Thank you for following.
So, speaking of cosmic, I thought it was amazing to see the Watcher use the power cosmic, I think, for the first time in the MCU. Yes. And it is comic accurate.
Yeah.
With the dots.
Yeah. He said, I'm just going to have to fight, but I'm just going to fight with some stuff that's going to be Nito Burrito my Tortito.
What the hell did you just say?
Nito Burrito.
Keep your Tortito out of this. This is a PG show, man.
Use the power cosmic in the way that it's supposed to look. It's I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, and just the power levels there. Like, he straight up stood up to the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Like, full on Infinity Gauntlet.
Full on. Like, even more like Infinity Armor, because that's what it is, because it still has the body. And he...
Oh, yeah. I keep saying, oh, yeah, but just take a moment to say R.I.P. Thanos, perfectly balanced down the middle.
Boy. I was like, oh, that was quick.
It's like, it was that easy the whole time. I sat for 2 movies for an entire year. He didn't just go for the head.
He's
went
split this
from-
man in half. That easy. Wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm
What do they
sad.
call that when they cut him from?
Bisecting.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's like a crude way to say it, and I can't think of it. They cut him from
Oh,
like balls to brains or something like that.
batchcock.
Huh?
Batchcock.
Yeah. Oh, spatchcock, like when you do a
Yeah,
turkey, like
spatchcock.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like if you watch like a war movie or something, I cut him from balls to brains or something like that. You know.
Oh,
There's another way to say it. I can't think
there's
of it.
another
right
way
now.
to say it.
Yeah.
The top of your skull down in your taint. I don't know. I know what you mean, but I can't think of it now. Yes.
Yeah. We just went to PG-13. No, we banned PG-13. Whatever the show is, that's what this show is. Whatever we're
Has to be.
discussing,
It's a
and,
lot
and
of
probably
death.
just a little bit more. Just 'cause-
So, yeah, he fought him to. Well, he didn't fight him to a draw. He got beat
yeah,
at the end of the day.
yeah. He had to run.
Yeah, he underestimated. Oh yeah, he underestimated. I think the ability that Ultra Cosmic Vision had acquired, and because of that, he had to dip.
Yep. Even with his full armor.
Full on.
So another thing that I guess could be considered a plot hole or whatever is at the end of last episode, Uatu, the Watcher, was surprised to see Ultravision arrive.
Yes.
Yet he saw the entire thing happen. So why? And he knows that he can cross universes. So why would he be surprised that Ultravision is crossing universes?
Because I don't think it was supposed to happen. I think the way that when he was doing his little spiel of like, I've seen everything from like beginning to end and all of that, and then
What
it's like,
the hell is this?
what the hell is it? Yeah, I think it's something that hasn't happened and wasn't supposed to happen. It was one of those,
Like the TVA. It's just like, oh, that's fine. That's fine.
but it's just, I don't even know what to call it. Like, when Loki was about to kiss Sylvie back on the planet that was going to be destroyed, and like the timeline was going like right here, and then it just did that mess.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Like, that's the only thing I could think to compare it to. Because then he didn't necessarily exist outside of time. He just went to a cosmic pocket in the universe that allows you to observe all of time.
I guess maybe he just didn't expect him to show up there, or maybe there are multiverse versions of Uatu.
That's a possibility.
And
But then they would have
that's
been
how
able to,
he's
like-
able to observe everything at once, kind of, sort of. Even though he does
should've-
miss things, obviously.
Yeah. He's not. He's made it known that he's not completely omniscient,
Yeah.
but he's very aware, cosmically aware. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So, because
he's not actually, even though he's depicted like eternity in the comics, he's not actually like eternity, which I don't know why they. I just thought maybe they just thought it looked cool.
Yeah. And then with this one as well, I think how close how he's been getting closer and closer and closer and closer to where like he's just like right there in the shadows sitting on a chair looking at you eating popcorn.
I can smell you.
I think that's what ended up happening. He was too close to somebody that was too powerful who was like, because you got the Infinity Stones, and one is literally your soul.
Just the thought of Uatu, like this guy, he is narrating by himself as he is like so voyeuristic. He's just like, it's like people watching on a whole new level. You ever people watch with somebody and you guys kind of like fill in their conversation as if to what could they be saying?
What were they actually saying?
Yeah. He does that with himself.
He does.
It's like,
And
how bored are you, man?
And so,
Big
and
baby
that
head.
we've seen it happen before, where like somebody was aware that he was there, with Doctor Strange, and it might be. I'm gonna keep running with it. It might be actually because he has an Infinity Stone, so it makes you a bit more cosmically aware. So somebody that has 5 in their chest and 1 that is their soul, if he's like right there at your shoulder, you will be like, who said that?
Like you said, feel your hot breath.
Feel your hot breath on my neck. Fam, move back 2 feet and stop eating tuna fish. So yeah,
That's one thing I have not missed during the pandemic is people's bad breath. It's like,
Wow.
that's so hard to act like you didn't just smell something that smelled like death, you know?
Let me tell you real quick about when I was at work. All right, so I was at work.
Where were
down,
you? Were you at work?
I was at work, going down the hallway, and there was this elderly couple, and the lady, she was there. The husband stopped to take a picture of something that was in the water, and she kept walking, and then he like turned around and said, "Hey, no, you need to stop. Wait on me." And she turned back, and I was coming up behind them, and I was trying to like just move through real fast. So the moment she turns back, all I hear is,
What?
and
Sorry.
and
Not
I
what I was
walk,
expecting.
and I walk right into it. And
You got crop dusted by an old lady.
And I'm like, she and I lock eyes. And
What did she do? She just went,
this is what she did. She looked at me like, "Why were you behind there?" And
how dare you?
What just? I'm just looking like I need to move quickly. This thing. The husband, like I could hear his mouth go. The sound of the jaw drop.
He's like, I can taste it. Oh.
So I go to where I'm, and I come the hallway, and who do I see? Of course, the couple again. So the wife pretends I don't exist. I'm not even walking.
I mean, what do you do? It's like, sorry about earlier.
The husband, I feel like he hesitates for a step. He and I then lock eyes, and I swear, mentally, he said to me, "I'm sorry," and then we just kept walking.
Handshake with the $100 bill to make up for it.
So that's my story of work.
Oh my gosh.
And, yes.
Oh man. Wow. I respect the hell out of that though, because I want to be the age where I just don't give a shit anymore. Literally. It's like sorry. It's like I've earned this. I deserve this.
So that is that.
Oh man, that's a great story. Okay. Yeah. What were we talking about again? Why are we here?
So yeah, Ultra Cosmic Vision felt the Watcher's hot breath on the back of his neck, and he was like, "Where did that voice come from? I need to find a way to get to it." Mm-hmm. So he found a way to get to it.
Dude straight broke through. Like, okay, so we saw Thanos break through the mirror dimension in Infinity War. Or was it Endgame? No, it was Infinity War because it was before the dusting.
Yeah.
Not the crop dusting. Sorry.
Yes, before the dusting.
I'm a child. I love me a good fart story, man. Sorry. You ever? I'm sorry. I have to run with this. So, you ever been in the store or something, and you're down an aisle by yourself, so you just like it's cool, nobody's here. Whoop,
Yeah.
And but when you got kids, like you can't just do that no more. Because they will straight up tell on you. I remember, like, one of the first times I had brought, when my kids were little, I brought them, I think I was like in Walgreens or something. And I was just like down the aisle by myself. And we had just left an aisle, some old other lady or whatever, one aisle over, just enough space where, hopefully, she probably wouldn't hear anything. Sure enough, my kid is like, "Daddy, you farted." I was like, "Why you gotta call me out like that?"
Grab your kid, but like, put your hand on your child's shoulder, like, look, I understand that you smell it and it smells bad, but I think you should keep that to yourself unless you want to not get left at the stove.
I'm sorry about how tall you are right now. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
If we ever had any watching people right now, they are gone. They did not come here for this. It's like I wanted to hear about Robert California or Robot California. Oh man. Okay, so
the only other thing I have really to add besides the last scene, when Awatu was in his watching dimension,
which was very similar to the mirror dimension, is what it looked like.
Yes, when he was talking, the colors behind him on like the mirrors, the walls were changing from purple to green to yellow to blue to orange to red. And what colors are those? The only colors that were the Infinity Stones, which is probably why Ultra Cosmic Vision still has a power and ability there, because from Loki, since this show is canon to the MCU, if an Infinity Stone is taken outside of time, it doesn't work, which means wherever he is still inside of time, but at a nexus point to where it can see everything.
Right. So okay, in the comics, right, each universe has their own set of Infinity Stones, right? And they've confirmed that in Loki because we saw a whole drawer full of them, right?
Yes.
But obviously in Loki, they're paperweights. They're outside of time. They don't work. But I didn't realize this, but something I saw in another video, they were talking about this. We have seen the Infinity Stones work in other dimensions. When Doctor Strange, in his first movie, was in the Dark Dimension with Dormammu. So it seems like they can work in limited way, as long as like the physics is similar or something.
As long as the physics of the dimension that they are in mimics the physics of the dimension that they're from, they should still be able to work in theory, which Doctor Strange proves that theory. Whatever.
However, obviously though in Loki, the theory is that the TVA exists in Chronopolis, which is in the quantum realm, where
Yes.
time and all that doesn't make sense and doesn't work funny. Like it was literally explained exactly the same by Hank Pym. So I mean, yet to be confirmed, but it seems to line up as like that's why they don't work in the quantum realm, because like up is down and down is up, and you know there's no time and all that kind of stuff, which is why I mean, which is why Scott was there for 2 minutes and he was gone for 5 years, you know. Yet Janet was gone for 30 or whatever, and you know went in looking like young and coming out
looking
older, you know.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that makes sense, since physics don't work there. That the Infinity Stones, which are the building blocks of literally the things that they say, wouldn't work either. Because it doesn't work.
Yeah, and that's not even considering how the Eternals and the Celestials come into play in all this too, because they could wield the Infinity Stones, which is why Peter Quill could, because he's half Eternal.
Yeah. Which is why
or half Celestial.
Half Celestial.
Yeah, which is
Ego, the living world,
bigger than Eternal. But it remains to be seen if, even though Peter Quill, I guess it's still in his blood, but he seemed to lose his powers as if they were connected to his father when his father died.
His powers they blossomed and they came out while he was in Ego, I guess.
Yeah.
It could mean
Ego.
At Ego. It could mean that his powers were just dormant until he is exposed to like pure celestial energy. To which being, he
was close to the source.
Close to the source. So if we have to see him around another celestial or throw another Infinity Stone in his hand, see what happens. Because
that's what I'm wondering. Like if Peter Quill comes into contact with the Eternals, I mean, who's stronger?
Are they gonna just like start listening to him?
Who's stronger? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the Celestials are these giant robot-looking things or planets or whatever, you know. And but technically, they serve the Celestials. So,
I mean, they could, if they find out that he is half Celestial or the son of Ego, then they'll be like,
I don't know, and maybe Ego was he was banished or something because he thought he was the last one.
Yeah, we still haven't seen the movie, so we don't know if that could be true.
Yeah, and also how the Watchers play into the Celestials, because we know something from Shang-Chi that a timer was launched, and then we see in Eternals they've got 7 days until something happens, and we can surmise from the comics that I forgot one of the Celestials is coming to judge the planet, or maybe there's a celestial egg, which they do is they plant eggs in the planets and they gestate, and then shows up to judge the planet or to eat the planet or whatever. But it was revealed in the comics that the Watchers, whether in league purposely or not, but basically they were put there to watch over these celestial eggs.
Yeah. That are, because eggs are eggs. Planets are incubators for celestials, and if there are no more celestials, then this could have been if Ego was the last celestial, there could have been like this 1,000-year plan to make another celestial using Earth. Or if there is one other celestial left, it's still, long plan to use Earth because they didn't think Earth would become anything.
Yeah, because Ego, like, he found himself out there alone and taught himself, basically like Dr. Manhattan, to like become a planet or a human and all these different things over eons. And but he was basically fulfilling the celestial mandate by going out to these different planets and planting his seed, literally, these plants. And there was one on Earth right there too. So I mean,
and we still never really knew what happened to the leftovers from that. So, and that wasn't enough to make the Eternals jump up and start fighting either.
I'm saying, yeah, if Ego's visiting the planet and making babies, then you would think that would show up on the radar.
Yeah. They'd at least stop by and say, "What are you doing?" Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they can just sense it or how that works. We don't know yet.
Should be able to.
Speaking of eating planets, freaking Galactus reference, where Ultravision was eating a solar system or a galaxy.
When they were fighting, he was like, "No!"
That was amazing.
I was like, "This is ridiculous. I love it."
That was an amazing Easter egg because we get to see what it might look like when we finally see Galactus.
Yes, and we will at some point.
And he's not a smoke monster.
Let's not talk about that and Green Lantern.
Green Lantern's a different universe, though.
Yeah.
Oh, smoke monster.
Still hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah.
Favorite Green Lantern.
Oh man. So let me
Space
tell you.
Cops. Choo choo choo.
All right, so the book that I was gifted for my birthday, that's a DC encyclopedia. I opened it up. You know what page I turned to right off the bat? Accidentally. It was Green Lantern.
I should have put like a special card in that spot for you.
I
wish I would have thought about it.
Because I turned to like the middle of the book, and I guess right there was almost the exact middle of the book, and I was like, "That's
because
gross."
The DC universe revolves around that.
Let's not go there, Dylan. Let's not. I dislike Green Lanterns so much. Oh my gosh.
If you want to know why, hit Quinn up in the comments and ask him why he hates Green Lanterns.
I'll tell you why.
So that's his Twitter tag right there on the screen. Start the conversation. Maybe he'll start a Green Lantern Corps podcast for you. The anti-core. Anti-Green Lanterns. Yeah, I don't know. What's the opposite of green?
Opposite of green? Yellow?
Well, in the Green Lantern verse.
Oh,
yeah.
It's yellow.
Okay. I'm trying to remember back to my color theory classes, but I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, like the whatchamacallit color? Like if you look at a straight up green square for a minute and then you flip to like a white piece of paper, what color will you see?
Well, as far as like, okay, so blue and yellow make green, right?
Uh-huh.
Red is that's right. Red is the opposite of green, because if you look at green and red in grayscale, they're the same color. That's why when you put green and red together, they kind of like they clash, and technically they vibrate because your eye doesn't know which one to give priority to first. And you could do that with all contrasting colors like that. And that makes them pop, but it also kind of like messes with your eyes if you put them next to each other.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Science of the eyes. Yeah.
Science.
I don't know why that. Man, it's getting late and we're just
All right.
getting silly.
Let's wrap it
So
up.
yeah, amazing episode. Of course, we're headed towards the Guardians of the Multiverse that we were spoiled on online. Everything is there. Everything's been working towards this.
Everything's working towards this. We'll see how it goes. Natasha has Zemo in a legless Ultron bot.
Yes. Not Zemo.
Aaron Zola.
Zola.
Yeah.
So
Zola.
that is also another huge implication for the greater MCU that we could actually see Zola back in the MCU because there are more copies. We thought the only copy was destroyed.
Yeah.
And we did see the Easter egg of the blueprints of his robot body in the first Captain America. So.
Yes. Which would have been so
Potential.
cool.
Yeah. Basically Kang from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I mean, while Captain America was fighting Bucky, Falcon could have got beat up by Zola. You know, it would have been great. Everybody would have left happy. Because Falcon would have got beat up.
Yeah, they didn't even know. Basically, in that location that Zemo brought them to, like Zola was there. He was helping raise up those
super soldiers. Yeah.
They just didn't turn on the right computer.
No. Hello there, Captain America.
So that's pretty good.
So yes, but I think that's all I have. Besides, very super last thing. I'm gonna make it a sentence.
Make it a good one.
Ultra cosmic vision. There we go. Uses the Infinity Stones better than Thanos.
Oh, for sure. Way better. Well, Thanos only had one purpose for them, and then he destroyed him once he got his thing.
Yeah.
Ultra cosmic vision is peace in our time.
Yes. Like the way he fights with them, the way he uses them, overall, yeah. He's just
He split Thanos in twain.
Man just lumped over. He lumped over like little cartoon meat too, and I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious."
And even carterized in the middle, like there's no guts.
No guts. I was like, "Oh, well, they made that snappy."
Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. Man.
All right, that's all I got.
All right, so Guardians of the Multiverse, we've got. Well, we don't have to name everybody. We know who's coming, who they're gonna get. I'm not sure. From what we understand, there were supposed to be 10 episodes, so it doesn't look like they're going to wrap this up completely in this season, and it will go forward because we know that they had to take an episode that does feature Captain Carter and tag it into season 2. So it looks like we're going to see this leak over into season 2, and maybe it's the big battle of season 2 or you know,
cliffhangers.
Yes, exactly. Just I hope since they had to kind of adapt that it's still
It's not rushed.
Yeah, it's not half baked.
Yeah. Get you.
So, yeah, pretty excited. This show, even though it seemed like it might not connect to everything, it seems to be connecting to everything. Not to mention the potential rumorous leak that we will see Doctor Strange chasing America Chavez and our Doctor Strange through portals in the multiverse of madness. Yes.
I'm frozen. Yes.
I don't know what to do. Yes. I think that's all I got. Do you have anything else? All right. So, thanks for joining us, guys. We hope that you will join us live now that we've got our shit together. Every Thursday night at 9:30-ish. If you watch any other live streams, you know that nobody who starts on time. Even the big boys, they don't start on time. So I don't feel bad. I'm sorry. You know it's coming. We're gonna try. I hope that you will join us live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch every Thursday night to talk MCU, and every Sunday night to talk The Walking Dead. If you are into horror and all that kind of stuff, tell your friends, share the show, let people know, and if you are interested in helping, hit our Patreon up, and yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Simple like will go a long way. Thank you so much. And subscribing is even better. Thank you guys for helping us reach our goal of 500 followers on Facebook, and help us get even better on Twitch and YouTube, especially because they actually pay folks. So yeah, that would be great if we could actually have more time to plan and put this together. So one day, yay. Or actually even, even make money, maybe. I don't know. That would be cool. It's for fun. So please like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon so that you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. And check out the website at www.broken.pictures.com. I am Dylan.
I'm Quinn.
And we will see you next time. Peace out.
Bye.